Hello and welcome to the special program on Vice President M Venkaiah Naidu, who completes 2 years in office. In the last 2 years, through his actions, words, interactions and engagements, the Vice President has highlighted his vision for New India. Over the next half an hour, let's look at what his message has been for people and what it meant to them. Born on 1st July 1949, Venkaiah Naidu is the first Vice President born in independent India. In the last 2 years, through his views, actions, he has focused on reaching out to maximum number of people in all sections of society, in all parts of the country. All this with a single aim to bring out people's concerns center stage so that timely and effective policy remedies are found for them.
मैं एम वेंकैया नायडू
ईश्वर की शपथ लेता हूं कि मैं विधि द्वारा स्थापित भारत के संविधान के प्रति सच्ची श्रद्धा और निष्ठा रखूंगा
For the 13th Vice President of India, outreach and dialogue are words that hold a special significance. Over the last 2 years, the sprightly 70-year-old Vice President has visited all the states and union territories of India. In over 330 public interactions, he has connected with changemakers, interacted with protagonists of New India, from budding students to experts, eminent personalities to common people.
His addresses at colleges and also his convocation address at the university were very inspiring. He is a very creative person. He has mastery over language and is full of enthusiasm and a lot of ideas to share with young people.
Even though he is not an engineer, scientist, but he has so much grasping power, underline very importance of the science and technology. Really very happy to interact with him in our institution.
In the last 2 years, through various public lectures, the Vice President has explained the themes of India's progress, while emphasizing the fundamental importance of social justice and gender equality.
Women have to be given level playing field. For that, I advise the following 5 E's. 5 E's to be given importance. Education for comparable and high quality. First E. Second, equality of opportunity in all fields. Third, empowerment through skill upgradation to lead life of dignity and active citizenship. Emancipation from the discriminatory exploitative practices. Enabling conditions for economic upliftment, including equal rights to property. There is a very need to get the same law applied to women, where the inherent property equally goes to the woman also. Economic empowerment of woman is the need of the hour. Skill empowerment is the need of the hour.
For a nation that is today engaged in an earnest quest for prosperity and resilience, Vice President Naidu has identified agriculture, education, youth, science and technology, and culture as priorities that need urgent and constant attention. Underscoring his strong connect with students, the Vice President has delivered 61 convocation addresses, held 35 interactions with students, visited 97 scientific and technological research institutions, and delivered 25 special lectures. Vice President Naidu has often referred to his outreach as knowledge pilgrimage.
I'm happy out of 900 and plus universities, except 5, 6, 7 universities, all others are focusing their attention on academy. I'm very happy about it. My dear youngster have been going around, some of institutions also have come in the recent days. I'm going to all universities. I'm going to all research centers. I'm going to IITs, IIITs, IESRs, NITs, IIMs, and I am also going to farmers community, number of places. I'm holding discussion with Swaminathan, with Ashok Gurati, with many other people. Then I'm also visiting cultural centers, dance, music, research, this art. There are culture is also part of our life that gives you happiness.
Over the last 2 years, the Vice President has kick-started new ventures, laid foundation stones for projects ranging from railways, central institutions and academic centers. His keen interest in Indian culture and literature and desire to recognize and promote excellence is evident from 52 book launch events and 60 award ceremonies that he attended.
In July 2018, addressing scientists at Island Agriculture Research Institute at Port Blair, Vice President appreciated the government for increasing the MSP of Kharif crops. This was just one instance where he was expressing a keenly felt personal appreciation for a step taken by the government for the well-being of farming community.
MSP for paddy has been increased by rupees 200 at one go per quintal. Moong dal has been hiked by 1400 per quintal. MSP for ragi went up to 997 per quintal and the sunflower 1288 rupees. ये मेजर्स जो है सरकार ने कल 14 क्रॉप्स के लिए मिनिमम सपोर्ट प्राइस बढ़ाया और घोषित किया है. ये अच्छा कदम है, ये स्वागतनीय कदम है. दिस इज अ वेलकम स्टेप टेकन बाय द गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया.
In June 2018, Vice President Naidu initiated a national consultation on making agriculture sustainable and profitable at the Vaikunta Mehta National Institute of Cooperative Management in Pune. The deliberations focused on multi-pronged measures needed to double farmers' incomes by 2022. The emphasis was on homegrown food security strategy.
श्री वेंकैया नायडू जी प्राकृतिक खेती करने के बल देते हैं, क्योंकि प्राकृतिक खेती के लिए कम पानी और बिजली की आवश्यकता होती है. वे हमेशा इस बात पर बल देते हुए कहते हैं कि यदि कृषि कार्य का लाभदायक और आजीविका के लिए सक्षम नहीं बनाया जाएगा तो किसान एक दिन खेती करना छोड़ देगा.
In agriculture, the Vice President has unsparingly emphasized identifying gaps in policy making, allocating more resources to rural areas to bridge the rural-urban divide. Hailing from a family of farmers himself, Vice President Naidu has for long been an ardent advocate of zero-budget natural way of farming, a concept that was acknowledged in the Union Budget this year.
That we must fix topic and then ask them to come out with solutions. Because the problems are understood by one and all. We are all aware of it. There is no need to give further lectures. So what is required is to come with solutions. I am happy the 6 groups have done a remarkable job in creating enabling policy framework, intensification of farming, diversification to higher value agriculture, marketing and agri-logistics, agricultural trade policy, transfer of technology lab to land, agriculture insurance and credit. Largely these are the 6 areas. There have been in-depth discussion there and our people have made recommendations with regard to policy to be adopted, consumer versus farmer. No, I say consumer and producer instead of versus farmer.
The goal of scientific advancement is to connect scientists' laboratory to land. This is one theme that Vice President often returned to during his speeches. He has also been tirelessly advising the center and state to focus on rural roads, infrastructure and healthcare.
To ensure that the fruits of agricultural science, research and technology reach their intended beneficiary, the farmer, the Vice President has underlined the importance of what he calls the 4 I's. Irrigation, infrastructure, investment and insurance must be strengthened for integrated development of the farm sector.
There is no difference of views on the need to do the needful and quickly to come to the relief of the farmers. That is the need of our. Who are the bread givers to the nation. We call them as Annadata. Our farmers rise to the occasion and transformed the country from that within
with a begging bowl to export of food grains. We owe a lot to our Kisans for making us proud. Food security is the key foundation of national security.
The Vice President has often called for policy changes and structural reforms for removing the long-standing restrictions that are impeding liberty of marketing for farmers. He has stressed on unshackling farmers from making agriculture remunerative. Crops that withstand extreme climatic conditions, judicious use of scarce resources like water, electricity, and avoiding indiscriminate use of fertilizers and pesticides. All these are part of his holistic approach to agriculture.
In the field of education, the Vice President emphasized the education of girl child. He is also listed as priorities promotion of native languages at primary school level and also reorienting the education system to make it relevant to India of 21st century.
As Chancellor of prestigious universities like the Delhi University, Punjab University and universities in the Union Territories, Vice President Naidu has interacted extensively with students, youth and children.
It was quite impressing that how he focuses on girls' education, how he talks about girls' safety.
I really like the sensitive behavior of our Honorable Vice President of India towards girls' education.
माननीय महामहिम उपराष्ट्रपति महोदय का अभिभाषण जो हम लोगों के लिए एक अमृत वर्षा के समान छात्रों के लिए था,
उन्होंने एक सबसे बड़ी बात कही कि अगर आप स्टूडेंट हैं तो आपका बुक से वैसा ही नाता होना चाहिए जैसा आत्मा से शरीर का होता है.
Erosion of India's Guru Shishya Parampara finds frequent mention in the Vice President's talks. His advice to students is to never forget the 5 important things in life: mother, mother tongue, native place, motherland and Guru.
Wherever I go, I say 5 things to be remembered by all. I want our children here also to remember the 5. 1. Remember mother forever. Mother, who has given you beautiful birth. Mother includes father also. Woman, W-O-M-A-N. Man is there. Second, remember Janma Bhumi, your native place. Do not forget. Even if you go to Washington also, if you are from Washerman Fate, you should not forget it. And third, mother tongue. Always remember, protect mother tongue. Fourth, motherland, the country to which you belong to. Irrespective of caste, creed, sex, religion and region, India is one nation, one people, one country. That should. And fifth is the Guru. Guru, aapko jnaan dene wale. The teacher who taught you. You should never forget teacher. Technology has come. Google has come. Net has come. Even if there is a repair in the net, the Guru has to come.
To promote native languages, the Vice President always reminds state governments to make local language instruction mandatory at least up to the primary and upper primary levels.
Honorable Vice President Sri Venkaiah Naidu's contribution towards the Indian languages are immense. He always educated the language, mother tongue education, and mother tongue as a medium of instruction in the school education is concerned.
Educational institutions as centers of excellence, a focus on better research and innovation, an education system that relies on best teaching methods and techniques are all part of the Vice President's policy prescription to make India a Vishwa Guru.
The Vice President always reminds the scientists that the real purpose of science and technology is to make people's lives better. In multiple engagements, he urged the scientific community to find solutions to problems faced by common people.
In numerous visits to institutes of science, research and technology, the Vice President has exhorted scientists to play a significant role in making India one of the top nations in science and technology.
He has interacted with 100 scientists who are working in computer science, statistics, mathematics, and artificial intelligence. He was a very keen observer, and he was very much interested in technology, science and technology. And he was observing that our scientists should concentrate on innovations, but particularly innovations in this country, so that quality of life of the people improves, and image of the institution and startup companies can progress in India.
He advocated on the importance of science and the importance of science for the growth of the society. His one message for us, the scientists in the country, was that we should take up the problems of the country, take up the problems how we can improve the life in the country, how we can help our countrymen to better their activities and life in their day-to-day life using the science and technology means.
The Vice President has urged young scientists to find solutions to the present and emerging challenges of climate change, global warming, sustainable development, clean energy and water, and diseases.
Only science can throw up solutions for the present and emerging problems in the years to come. The onus lies on the shoulders of the young scientists, and we look forward to you to find solutions to the problems the world is facing. World, not only about India.
Innovations by young scientists need huge investments in science. The Vice President has suggested corporates and industries to create an exclusive corpus for R&D projects and disruptive technologies in agriculture, environment, health, housing, and clean drinking water, among others.
India's immense cultural heritage is a great unifier. Nothing exemplifies this more than the manner in which the Vice President has effortlessly used it to connect people from all walks of life, here in India as well as abroad.
The Indian philosophy of caring and sharing, seeking peaceful coexistence with everyone, is a message the Vice President carries with him always. He has emphasized the idea of tolerance, celebration of diversity as timeless treasures contained in sacred Indian texts like the Vedas and the Upanishads. The Vice President has called for a cultural renaissance and a knowledge-sharing movement to take the best in Indian thought to the masses.
There is a need for cultural renaissance in the country. Cultural renaissance. सांस्कृतिक पुनरुज्जीवन का आवश्यकता है. Because in the modern life, so many negative things are happening. People try to discriminate on the basis of gender. महिला है तो क्या है? महिला पुरुष दोनों के बीच में ज़्यादा ये नहीं होना चाहिए. हमारा देश का नाम भारत माता, भारत पिता नहीं, महिला का नाम पे. Motherland, not father's land. Our schools and colleges should take the lead among with the non-governmental organizations like Vedanta Bharati to spread the universal message of tolerance, inclusion, harmony, peace, well-being. Without peace, progress is not possible. If there is a tension, you cannot pay any attention. Simple. So you need to promote peace, virtuous conduct, excellence, and empathy, not mere sympathy. You must have empathy that recurs in the Indian spiritual tradition with a resounding clarity.
Indian philosophy builds strength of character by teaching people to value one's own merit. The Vice President firmly believes this to be the basis of India's democratic traditions, illustrated by India's stalwart leaders like Mahatma Gandhi and Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel.
The historic statue stands for a reminder for all times to come about the struggle Sardar Patelji has to undergo in unifying India and the need to uphold the unity and integration of our country. It is the responsibility of every citizen who owes allegiance to the Constitution of India to do everything to uphold the unity of our country. We all know Sardar Patel hailed from a farmer's family and led several peasant movements against the exploitative taxation policies of the Britishers. The determination, hard work, and the resolve, which are hallmarks of the farmers, and evident in their endless battles with the vagaries of nature, made Sardar Patel succeed in unifying modern India. It is a matter of pride for all of us that a farmer, Kisan, is the architect of a unified modern India.
In the last 2 years, Vice President Naidu has visited countries like Guatemala, Panama, Peru, the United States of America, Serbia, Malta, Romania, Belgium, Botswana, Zimbabwe, Malawi, France, Paraguay, Costa Rica, and Vietnam. In a rare gesture, on the 15th of September 2018, the Vice President addressed the special session of Serbian Parliament.
Marshal Tito. Sentinels of people's welfare. Relationship between India and Serbia are deeply rooted in history.
In the Costa Rican capital of San Jose, the Vice President was conferred an honorary doctorate by the University of Peace, founded by the United Nations organizations, for his contribution to the rule of law, democracy, and sustainable development in India.
I am happy to be in the Costa Rica, which shares the same dream of peace as India does. This is a country which has set an example for the rest of the world by taking a major decision not to have any army. What a great step. This is truly a land of peace. I was also privileged to receive an honorary doctorate from the University for Peace yesterday. These events have stirred up a number of thoughts within me. This marks the year of 150th anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi, whose words ring true even today. I recall what Mahatma has said in 1930 in the context of fight against colonialism. He said, "I want world sympathy in this battle of right against might."
On the 8th of July 2018, the Vice President addressed the Second World Hindu Congress in Chicago on the 125th anniversary of Swami Vivekananda's historic speech at the Parliament of the World's Religions in 1893.
Inclusive perspective that have pervaded its cultural world for more than 2 millennia. As Swami Vivekananda said in his inaugural speech at Chicago on September 11, 1893, ours is a country that has taught the world both tolerance and universal acceptance.
On 11 November 2018, the Vice President represented India at the centenary of the armistice of World War I. He also took part in the Paris Peace Forum.
You need to strengthen the institutions. You need to further democratize them. Or even the United Nations Security Council. In the present situation, it's not well represented. So keeping that in mind, United Nations Security Council, even other international forums, they have to be enlarged further, they have to be democratized further.
Delivering the keynote address at the 16th UN Day of Vesak in Vietnam, the Vice President underscored the Indian view of treating the entire world as one family.
I bring the greetings from the land of Lord Buddha to all of you on this auspicious occasion of Vesak.
Time and again, the Vice President has called on the world community to act tough on the menace of terror. Be it India or abroad, the Vice President's message to every citizen is the same: to make efforts to protect our environment, reduce pollution, promote greenery, conserve our water bodies, all the while taking care that development does not disrupt Mother Nature.
That's all for now on this special program on Vice President M Venkaiah Naidu. Keep watching Rajya Sabha TV.